I know there's some people struggling with their Google Meets and having problems with connectivity, and sometimes the Meet will drop when sharing tabs. So I wanted to give you an opportunity of being able to troubleshoot your own Meets. There are times that it is a Google problem, sometimes it is an Austining problem, and sometimes it's a specific computer problem. So if we hit join now and we go into the Meet, I can come over to the three dots and look at the troubleshoot and help. And in this, I can actually get an idea of what's going on. So I can check my network stability. And what that means is, am I getting access to Wi Fi? So I can see, is there any connection delay? Right now, no delay. It's happening in real time. There's not a delay in this. If this is shooting up really high, we can see that it's probably a Wi-Fi issue. And as it's saying here, options are, if it's a Wi-Fi issue, you can try moving closer to the router, and you can see if there's other devices on that are taking Wi-Fi away and see if you can kind of streamline that. We can also come down here and look at your computer load. And what's interesting is we can see that this number is bouncing around a lot. And when I first got on my Meet, it shot way up as it was loading up, but we're hanging at around 50. And then all of a sudden, right there as I was talking, it jumped up to 75. And I just kind of want to show you, if I come over here and I open up YouTube, and I'm just going to select the board meeting as a video to look at. I'm going to click it, and I'm just going to pause. I'm going to make sure that it pauses before we go over. And then when I come over here, we can see that there was a jump up there as I hit it. And if I allowed the video to play while I was going, we would see a much higher CPU usage. And that could be part of our problem. So a way to kind of figure out what some of our issues are is it a Wi-Fi problem? Nope. Wi-Fi looks great. The number, if that's nice and low, we're doing well with Wi-Fi. If we're seeing this number bouncing up and down, now my CPU is running right around 50, but I also have a whole other tab down here with other things and other programs going. And it uses some of my computer's ability to run. The more tabs you have, the more programs you have open, the more of an issue you're going to have. Now, if both of these are running rather low, if my CPU usage is hanging between 25 and 50, and my Wi-Fi connection or my internet connection is staying relatively low, this means everything's okay in Austining. And then this means things are okay on my computer. And there are times that we do see issues that are happening outside where there are Google issues or they're trying to create new aspects of programs. And we do see problems that wind up happening as they try to bring out new features. Other features don't work as well. So it is difficult. It is frustrating. But we don't really have a lot of control over some of those. The things we do have control over: checking your Wi-Fi and your connection, checking your CPU usage. If you see that this one's going up, you personally have the control to do something about it. You can close programs, you can use fewer tabs. If you are seeing problems here, you can, if you're on Wi-Fi, you can hardwire in by clicking into a dock if you're in secondary, or moving from a laptop to a desktop if you're in the elementary schools. But this is a way that you can kind of get an idea of what's going on before you reach out and ask, how do I fix this? We can get an idea of what the problem is. So really think about taking a look in those three dots and identifying the troubleshooting and helping and seeing if you can do something. If it is a problem that is not your Wi-Fi or the computer itself, please come in and report the problem. Have feedback. There are teachers this week that have been saying that every time they share a tab, it crashes. Send that feedback to Google. Let them know what's going on. Inform them that there is a problem so that it can be rectified.